Your first competitor fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 4 inches tall and he weighed officially at 124.8 pounds. Fighting out of Tri-Cities, Washington. Today, he looks for his third win as a pro. This is Jacob Urkel Romero. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet 6 inches tall, and he weighed in at 126 pounds even. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, by way of Mexico City, Mexico, he holds a professional record of 2 wins, 2 losses. This is Jose Mercado. Your referee in charge of the action, Professor Joe Solis.
Professor Joe Solis with the first assignment for our main card. Blue gloves for Urkel Romero, red for Mercado. Flyweight bout. Records be damned, these are 2 good fighters.
Yeah, both fighters come in being very active here in the first round. Little touch here from both guys. Nice body shot. They're starting to turn it on here. And there you go. Oh! That is a huge knockout!
Did I do that? Urkel with a huge knockout of Jose Mercado.
Oh my! That was a devastating knockout, Raheel. That is one of the worst knockouts I have ever seen inside the cage.
Jacob Romero is on a hot streak right now.
He does it again, Raheel. Man, Jose Mercado is still out.
Eyes are open. He is breathing.
I can see the whole city from this balcony.
Wow. Jacob Romero has decided that he is going to finish his fights in the first 30 seconds, I guess.
All right, let's take a look at this. Man, that was intense.
Real, we saw an exchange there. There's that big left hand, and he is out. That hits right on the button. And ladies and gentlemen, there's no toughness to that. When you hit that spot with that punch, you don't have a choice. Your body automatically goes to sleep. There's a point there. Boom!
Oh, man.
That is on the perfect spot. Yeah, once you hit that spot right on the chin, those lights go out.
And just to keep you updated on what's happening with Mercado, he is still out right now. The doctor is trying to bring him to. We do have the stretcher inside, or the board inside. He's slowly starting to come to.
Yeah, the doc better be careful. Mercado may try to submit him whenever he wakes up.
Wow, that was something else, man. We're just hoping for the best right now for Mercado.
Yeah, and that is the perfect placement for that punch. I mean, that is that's something where, you know, if the mouth is slightly open, that jaw hits the nerve right at the back of that jawline, and the lights just go out.
All right, let's take another look at this knockout.
Now you see him with a stumble here, and as he goes, Romero comes and chases him, and man, just hits right on the button with that left hand. And that was all she wrote. What a way to start this main card. Holy cow. Big punch there from Jacob Romero. Jose Mercado is trying to get up. They won't let him get up. It looks like he's fine.
Yeah, they are just trying to make sure everything is good.
Yeah, they're talking to him, and he's talking to them, and he just wants to get up. I don't think there's any, you know, they're checking his neck, and You know, it was a bad knockout, but.
All right, so we're going to hang tight here for just a second to let everybody know he is communicating with the doctors. He is speaking, is Mercado. But just to make sure everything is good with the neck, doctors are holding him down, making sure everything is fine. So for friends and family that are watching at home, we are right next to him. He is communicating. I know it looks scary because there's so many people on top, but that is for the safety of the fighter. For those of you who are watching, just letting you know, as the entire team works on Mercado, just to let everybody know, we do have 5 fights left on the card, including our main event, Colton England, Nick Compton. We'll talk about that in a second. We are going to be hitting the road. It's going to be a busy next couple of months here for the Fury FC team. We are in Tulsa, Oklahoma, May 7th for the first time for Fury FC 79. Then we head to NOLA, New Orleans, June 4th for Fury FC 80. We are back in Louisiana. And then we finally come home to the friendly confines of Houston, Texas here at Imagine Venues, June 25th. All of that available on on UFC Fight Pass. Get your tickets at furyfc.tv. Nick Compton, I want to talk about 70.
And you know, everybody knows the risk that we all took and they all take as fighters to step into the cage. You know, this is part of the risk, and you know, undoubtedly Jose Mercado is going to be at the gym on Monday or Tuesday. You know, he'll probably start some light sparring the following week and be right back in there full speed in no time. You know, you do want to take extra precautions whenever a knockout like this happens, but you know, like I said, we can see him. We can see that he's fine. He's talking to him. You know, he's clearly, you know, telling his displeasure about being on this on the ground. He wants to get up. He wants to face his opponent and tell him good job. I'm sure of that.
Also, Daniel Pineda inside, 4-ounce fighter. He's going to be back on the UFC circuit now. Fought his last fight out of contract, got the win, and is fighting again here soon. He told everyone with the 4-ounce fight team that Mercado is okay. Gave them the thumbs up. Again, a lot of precautionary measures being taken, which you have to take for fighter safety. Just strapping up Mercado now. You don't see it on your TV, but that is what's happening right now, and he will be carried out. And like Michael mentioned, we'll probably just make sure everything is good in the ambulance, and then we'll move forward. And we still have some fights coming up for you. Jose Ceja, Jacob Silva up next. Jacob Silva, little animal. That's such an interesting story, such a staple here in the Houston MMA community. Let's take a look at the rest of the card. Ceja Silva next. Junior Maranhão against Nico Echeverry. Nico back in action after a month. Keenan Jackson, who was probably skydiving before this fight. He did that before his last fight against Isaac Moreno here. I haven't checked his Instagram, but Keenan Jackson, the veteran, he loves to skydive, and he will skydive everywhere he goes. One of the most interesting men on our roster. He's taking on Craig Grove. That's going to be a fun fight. You had that as your potential fight of the night.
Yeah, I do. I think both fighters are a little, you know, we've seen both these guys kind of sit back on their opponents and kind of take their time. I just expect a flip of a switch here from both fighters and expect them to come out firing in that fight. I think that one's another one that has the potential to have an early finish, but couldn't tell you who's going to win that one.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. And then Aaron Phillips, Quintez Sop, the one that you mentioned just a little bit earlier, and then, of course, our main event. All right, let's go inside, and we can make this thing official. like we're gonna. Actually, we'll do that in just a second. But that main event, man, the ageless wonder, Nick Compton. Every time he fights, I have to bring this up, and I know age is, age is crazy, but we'll talk about that in a second. Here's Wayne. We can make this official now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes 34 seconds into the very first round, declaring your winner by knockout, Jacob Urkel Romero.
All right, congratulations to Urkel. But Nick Compton, the 42-year-old, main eventing. That's going to be a fun one. And we got a big thumbs up from Mercado. Everything is good.
Way to show your love for Jose Mercado.
All right, let's keep it.
Forward to seeing him recover soon.
Let's keep it inside, and let's meet our next fighter in a second. Let's go right now. Why? Oh, okay. Okay, no fight. Okay, no fighter yet. No fighter yet. We actually have to wait for the ambulance to make sure they don't have to leave the premise. So, all right. All right, so an interesting start to Fury FC 78. Still a lot of fights left. Nick Compton, I want to talk about him, the 42-year-old.
Yeah.
You mentioned he went the distance with our current champ, El Shawadi, and that was our first look at him here at Fury. And we were so impressed. I mean, he is so tough to finish and such a competitor.
Yeah, and and not just in MMA, but in boxing also. He's had a lot of professional boxing experience. You look at his profile on Tapology, and it is a mile long. I mean, it's got Evander Holyfield's son, Evan Holyfield, that he fought and lost a decision in boxing, and so he's got some tough top-level competition. Nick Compton's definitely got some stories to tell to his kids and grandkids as he kind of ages out. And, it's going to be amazing for him to be able to tell his kids, when I was your age and they're 41 and they're a dad and an older, what they would consider an older guy. He was like, I was still in the cage fighting at your age. So, yeah, he's an interesting guy and one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, and really, really glad that he's part of the Fury organization.
All right, so we are ready to go. State has cleared it. Let's go, Wayne.